Hello, this is Adam with Wheel Guns for Wheelmen, and happy Halloween. I'm here with an important safety announcement. I have this Charter Arms Pathfinder that I did a first shots video on, and it came with these rubber grips. I was trying to swap those out for these Altamont ivory grips, and they say that they fit on any small framed Charter Arms revolver, including the Pathfinder. On their website specifically lists this model, so I bought it. Well, a very disconcerting thing happened when I went to install them earlier today. I've removed the one grip panel so that you can see inside, and this doesn't have any live rounds. I cleared it right before I turned on the camera, but I have this side on. This is the screw that would go through the one panel that I have off and into this one. Now, notice this is the mainspring and it has a guide rod, the mainspring guide rod. Now, when you cock the hammer back, the guide rod moves down past this screw. And earlier today, when I first installed them, I think maybe I got one of the panels slightly askew and that the screw was kind of a little bit on an angle, and the screw was blocking this guide rod. So when I went to cock the gun back, something surprising happened. Instead of the hammer locking back like it should, and I have it's a rimfire revolver, so don't dry fire it. Don't let the hammer fall. Without having a snap cap in, that's what the orange thing right there is. And so, what happened is I went to cock it back, and it got to here, and I let go thinking, oh, it's gonna stay put. But instead of locking back all the way, it fell. And then I tried it again and again, and it kept getting stopped right with like the last tiny little bit before it locked back all the way, and it would just keep falling, so I couldn't cock the hammer all the way back. Now, Charter Arms revolvers have a hammer block safety, or a transfer bar, it says online. And so I was like, well, does that mean the firing pin won't make contact with the primer? Well, the snap caps show you that. You see here, there is this discoloration, which is an actual shot, like pulling the hammer all the way back. I put the old grips back on. That's what it looks like. But here, there actually is a little indent. Now, would that be a light primer strike? I don't know, but I really don't want to find out, which leads me to my next point, which is why you do function checks. If you ever take apart a gun, whether or not you're changing out parts or just cleaning it and put it back together, do not put live ammunition in it right away and just go to cock it back, because if I were at the range and I had gone and I had, done my dueling stance where I go like this and cock it back, I could have shot over the berm if I didn't have the gun fully pointed forward, because I'm not expecting the hammer to fall. That's a malfunction that I was not going to expect to happen. I've never seen that happen before. And so that would have been very bad. I could have fired a shot, into someone's house a mile away. Maybe not with a 22, but the point is, it's a safety issue, which is why you function check your guns unloaded before you hit the range, or put rounds in them for home defense if that's what you're doing. Because you don't want a surprise like that with with a round in the chamber. Now, after taking the old grips back off and putting these back on, and I was able to do 24 dry fires in a row, hammer lock back every time on every chamber. So it appears that the problem fixed itself. I can't tell if the mainspring guide rod just wore down a little piece of plastic here or here, and maybe that's what was hanging it up, or if the screw has some wear on it now, and maybe it wore itself out so that it works. Or as I suspect, I probably had the grip panel maybe slightly askew, and when I put it back on correctly, and maybe that fixed it. So it's working now, but make sure it works before you start putting live ammunition in your chambers and trying to cock your hammer back. Please like and subscribe. Leave any insights you have in the comments. Any suggestions for other videos. Happy Halloween.